All right, so how we doing? In today's video, I'm gonna show y'all my chest focused upper body workout from yesterday. And this was one of my best workouts in a long time, specifically from like a euphoria standpoint. The weights were still moving pretty well. That was 270 for 4, 280 for 4 right here. I was barely resting between these sets. It was like 2-minute rest. And then 285 for 6, pretty smooth. And I mean, yeah, as per usual, the pressing, specifically the bench, has like really good momentum. So that's great, obviously. We'll get at 5:30 this morning to study, kind of. Yeah, it's like 7 now. Sipping a little coffee. And yeah, just going over the training from yesterday. But as you can see, that last rep was pretty decent. I think I could definitely get 10, and my form's been pretty solid, so with the mega bounce, maybe I could get through 15 for 10 right now, but I don't know. The mega bounce, adds a lot to me, and lower rest times and all that stuff kind of stacks up. And before you know it, you're adding like 30 pounds to what you're hitting. These are those lower lat rows. These are really sticky, and they're like not progressing, but everything else is progressing. Like my T-bar rows are, my wide grip pull-ups, and my lat pull down. And my back's getting bigger, so yeah, I don't really care. But I did talk to my coach about it because, he should know what's going on. And I mean, he'll see it in the spreadsheet, but yeah, I mean, back's looking pretty meaty. That's obviously like my best body part. If you've seen any of my other training videos, I think back is probably the most developed. And then here's some dips, hit 10, 9, 8. Could have paused a little bit better in the bottom and at the top too, but I think the pause in the bottom is more important. But yeah, the dips have been they're just so good. I think I said this last week when I made a chest video, but the dips they just feel so good. It's funny, I don't know. I like calisthenics. I like moving my body through space. And when you're in the zone and you're getting a good pump, it just feels so good to do body weight exercises. Obviously adding weight is super sick. This was 60 pounds. So probably stick here for maybe another week, and then I could see us going to 70, and then just continuing to trend upwards as I get stronger, and just tickling the progression. I've been making fast gains, but I haven't been rushing the gains, and it's interesting because when you don't rush the gains, sometimes you make better gains than when you rush, which is pretty fun and cool. Just coming in every week, getting those +1s, and just tickling the gains, staying injury free, and it's pretty sick, especially with all the cutting, having the pressing increase and all my numbers increase. Obviously that's sick. Here's some of those rows. I'm trying to, some of my early reps were pretty shitty on this, I'm not gonna lie. The first two were a little extra bouncy, but I'm not worried about it. Really protracting at the bottom, get that full stretch is totally the move on these. You don't want to turn it into a hip hinge, but moving and contorting your body around the pad is what you should do because you're using the pad for a reason. And then here's some Kelso shrugs, about 7 or so reps on these, and then I just get into some really shitty bounces because I think that's good for your traps. Specifically, I think it's good for your traps. Your back in general, though, I think definitely benefits from cheating a little bit. Yeah, I mean, my back, I feel like my upper back has been growing a lot. I'll throw a picture up in a sec. Okay, I just threw it in. So, yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty meaty. I also shaved that shit a couple of days ago, and that's definitely the move. It makes everything pop way more. So, and I don't know, back hair doesn't look cool. Chest hair looks sick. Back hair, not so much. Smith incline. These were kind of actually shitty today. But I did 8 and then 10 last week. Yeah, I did 8 and 10. This week I did 9 and 9. But I also didn't rest between this workout. I was moving really fast. I did it in I think a little under 90 minutes, which is pretty fast for this workout. I'm not gonna lie, I think when I hit this workout last week, I did it in 2.5 hours. So that is not a consistent rest time from week to week, but that's fine. I mean, next week maybe I'll rest longer and then have extra progression. But yeah, so now we got some, I did some behind the neck press before this. I set it with 95 pounds just for a little shoulder pump, you know, just keeping the mobility and whatnot. And then now we're adding in some dumbbell overhead press, some seated dumbbell overhead press. It's supposed to be a moderate set of 8. I would say it's a pretty moderate set. And then a set to 2 RIR. Kind of hard to gauge on shoulders sometimes because I feel like shoulders and my back fail pretty fast. Probably like type 2 muscle fiber or something like that. But I've never really done these, so I'm kind of weak at them. I did 60 for 8 and then like a set of 9. And one of my homies does like the hundreds for like 8. So, all right, like that's the goal. But we got a sec on those. But yeah, I mean, they'll probably move up pretty fast, I assume, week to week. But yeah, they feel really good, actually. I like how those feel. And then I'm actually hella sore right now, damn. And then, yeah, some note videos with sound. And yeah, the pec deck was, my first set was super easy. But I think it's just because I was being explosive. The second set was hella hard. I don't know if it's just because I had this and then 3 sets of tricep extensions. I didn't record those though. But I definitely like pushing my chin into my chest on these. Helps you get into like a better rib cage position for the chest. But that's all I got to say on this workout. It was so good. Easily one of the best workouts I've had in a minute. And my workouts have been really good, so this one was like extra good. But yeah, I hope you all have a good one, and that's all I got to say.